A day on Purifier. Sam Gong Mitsubishi Self-Ejector Junior Series. Today we will plan for a maintenance of low oil purifier on board, that is overhauling, inspection, possible spare parts replacement if required, box back and trying out with Mr. Anand Singh, second engineer, Mr. Piyush Dubey, third engineer, Mr. Prashant Ubale, engine room fitter, Mohammad Shakir, engine soldering, and Mr. Joseph, fifth engineer, who actually found that purifier was overflowing last night after several restarts. Points to be remembered when disassembling. Machine should be completely stopped. Check the fan of the motor to determine whether the machine is stationary. Turn off the power supply of the starter to eliminate the possibility of sudden rotation of the self-ejector. Isolation. Close feed liquid outlet. Close the steam supply to the steam heater. Shut the feed water master valve. Remember, Mitsubishi purifiers generally clockwise threaded. A list of required tools. Remove the cap nuts of the connecting pipes and connecting tube with hook spanner. Loosen the union nuts 326 at the bottom of the connecting pipes and tubes and direct them sideways to make sure that when the cover is removed, they do not get in their way. Regular planned maintenance of any machinery will definitely result smooth operation and better performance on board at any time. Remove the cover nut with a spanner. Use a spanner. Remove the nut 320.
Lose the socket set screw 313.
However, the purpose of purifier is to purify marine high sulfur, low sulfur gas oil or lube oil from basically water and semi-liquefied sludge with a certain micron. Keep the bolt holding table clear. Remove the cover nut with a spanner. Lightly strike the top of the inlet pipe with a soft measure to detach the tightly held taper portion. Withdraw the sludge cover in the vertical direction. Mount the tool disc nut handle 804 on the disc nut and hold it down by hand to make sure that it doesn't go up, and strike it with a hammer counterclockwise to remove it. Remove heavy liquid chamber 134, impeller 321, packing 133, gravity disc 121. Mount the tool light liquid chamber handle 805 to light liquid chamber and strike it with a hammer to remove it. Remove light liquid chamber, impeller and inlet pipe. Mount the tool 808 to unscrew the lock nut. Take out the lock nut. Mount the tab 821 by threading it into the threaded portion of the distributor. Mount the shackle to the handle of the jack and slowly draw up the bolt in vertical direction by use of a chain block. Take care if the bolt held tightly against the vertical shaft. While the taper portion is diagonally lifted, the vertical shaft will also be drawn up and damage to parts may result. Place the lifted bolt on the dismantled stand table and make sure 4 pins of the dismantling stand fit in the holes at the bottom of the bolt. Dismount the lifting tool. Thread the tool disc template 807 into the distributor. Ensure that the disc template bolt has been threaded to all the way into the distributor. Tighten the nut. After securing the tool ball nut handle 802 on the ball nut with the nut, rotate it by striking with a hammer to remove the ball nut. If the ball nut handle is not secured with the nut when it is struck with a hammer, it might slip and cause damage to pins. Do not take anything to remove the ball nut without using the disc template. Ball parts and tools would be damaged by undue force exerted on them. Remove the compression tool. Place a protective plate 812 on the top of the distributor and place the jacking tool on the top of the distributor. Screw it with the disc nut. Turn the push bolt to raise the ball hood. Remove the ball hood. The main ring is provided under the ball hood. When the ball hood is removed, take care to prevent damage to the seal surface. Screw the holding device for lifting disc tacks along with the distributor. Vertically lift up the disc tacks along with the distributor. Ensure the quality of residual light liquid present in the sliding bowl. This gives an impression on the performance of the purifier as well as the quality of the low ball bunker. Take out the pilot valve from both the sides. Detailed inspection of the same to be carried out by the maintaining officer on board. There are 3 types of water supply required for satisfactory operation of a purifier. 1. Operating water. 2. Distilled water. And 3. Sealing water. They are fed through a master valve through solenoid valves. By manually opening all the 3 valves one by one, check the pressure and the continuity of the water. Very important. Removing main cylinder. Use care to prevent damage to the sheet surface and sliding portions. After installing the protective plate in the cap nut installing portion of the bull body, secure the jack on the main cylinder with the socket cap screw. Turn down the jack 803 with the push bolt 819 and handle 823 to remove the main cylinder. There is only a slight clearance between the main cylinder and the bull body. When the main cylinder is removed, if it is only slightly inclined, it can no longer be withdrawn. When the handle resists, do not blindly continue to rotate the handle. Each time the handle resists, strike the top of the push bolt with a hammer or temporarily back it up. By doing so, withdraw main cylinder little by little. An effective auxiliary means is to put cubes of ice inside the main cylinder indicated by arrow and remove them 2 or 3 minutes later. Cleaning gang will start cleaning of the overall parts from purifier one by one with suitable chemical cleaners as prescribed in the manual. In this video, overhauling of purifier carried out up to sliding bowl.
We will now change all the O-rings and the oil sheet for the pilot valve, and also we will change the main seal ring and the sliding bowl and bowl through the O-rings, and also for the water separator both the O-rings top and bottom they will change. This is the main seal ring. These are the pilot valves we got new also. but we'll try if we can change the O-rings, otherwise we can put the new pilot valves. We have to check the cross section of this O-ring. It's known as the U cross section. This is the most important part for sliding, opening and closing the valve.
However, the responsible engineer will decide whatever the parts to remove.
Looking at the pilot bowl, which is a very important part for any purifier, basically for SJ series, that is Mitsubishi. So this is a new pilot bowl which I am not going to open up. I will show you an old pilot bowl. See, this is the opened up pilot bowl. So basically what is the function of the pilot valve is, it continuously supplies the water for closing the sliding bowl. The pilot valve basically consists of a valve seat, which is a sort of orifice which converts the pressure into velocity, high pressure velocity, high velocity. So when it is functioning, when the purifier is running continuously, the water is being supplied from this port and it is being supplied to the bowl side from this port. That is the low pressure water or operating water. So the purifier sliding bowl will be continuously closed. As soon as the signal for desludging goes, so what happens is high pressure water will push this sliding part out like this. So what will happen is the low pressure water in the bowl, which was there to close the bowl continuously, will drain from these ports, and the sliding bowl will fall down, and in turn the purifier will dislodge. So main function of this pilot valve is to open and close the sliding bowl. So this part is very important. Any aspiring marine engineer should know about this part very well, because mainly when your purifier is overflowing or it is not functioning properly, 80% chances are there that this valve is malfunctioning. So kindly pay attention to this valve, and moreover, this is not a very big deal to overhaul this valve. This is a very simple valve. So just keep a close eye. Whenever you open the purifier, make sure that you open this valve and check the function of this valve. You are just inserting the pilot valve. Make sure the freeness of the valve is there. It should not be very tight, it should not be very loose, because basically it has three O-rings on the outer side, which is going to seal the body. See, one O-ring will be here, one O-ring will be here, one O-ring will be here. It is for sealing the body, and two O-rings will come inside, which is you can't see, I think so, you can't see the O-ring chambers. Two O-rings will be here and one O-ring will be here with the valve seat. So basically these two O-rings will seal these ports with the body, so that when the water is drained, the water should not flow here and there. It should directly go through the drain holes. And inside also the O-rings will provide a sealing for the water, so that water should not be drained outside the body. So whenever you are overhauling the valve, make sure your all O-rings are in good shape. It should not be very hard, because hard O-rings won't seal. So make sure that you check the O-rings properly, and before putting it, it's advisable that you lubricate it in cylinder oil and just make it free, so that you are pretty much confident that whenever you are assembling it with the body, it will work properly. Where is the secret? Bhakti sir? Supplier? Energy group?
Remove the sealing ring with care by using conventional method with the help of a screwdriver. All the overhaul parts should be thoroughly cleaned with proper care. Check the visibility of the tally marks.
लोगों को पायलट वॉल दिखाया था, उसका जहाँ से वाटर सप्लाई होता है और जो स्लाइडिंग बॉल को कनेक्ट होता है पानी, वो ये वाला होल है। आपको देखेगा दो पायलट होल डायगोनली 180 डिग्रीज पे लगे रहते हैं बाउल में, एंड दे आर एक्टिंग टू ओपन एंड क्लोज द स्लाइडिंग बाउल। So this is the hole which communicates with the pilot walls, and this is the pilot wall. You can see how it is being fixed.
Nothing satisfied but a clean job. Ensure proper cleaning and detailed inspection as described in the manual. Renew the O-ring for sliding board and lubricate before use. Change both the O-rings top and bottom for the water separators. Replace the O-ring for the main cylinder with the new one and lubricate it before use. Lubricate the threads in the ball body for the ball nut. Match and tally the positions of the identification marks. Put the main cylinder back in place vertically.
नीचे एक लोकेटिंग पिन है, डबल पिन, जो कि एक स्लॉट में बैठती है। वो स्लॉट में वो पिन जाएगी, you can see. पिन लॉक।
Take out the special tool for withdrawing the main cylinder. Not to allow any dust or foreign matter remain inside in the cylinder. Clean the slots for sealing ring on the ball hood, not to allow any foreign matter remaining inside, as it will result poor sealing and failure of operation. Renew the sealing ring. Attention to be taken regarding the refitting of sealing ring back in place, not to hit it with any edged or hard surface. Replace the O-ring for ball hood, lubricate it before use. Put a close observation on that, because this item plays a vital role while the purifier is in operation.
This is the disc track. This is a disc track, and it will sit in the sliding bowl. So this is the locating pin, as you can see, and this locating pin lock in this. See the play. Now this is a top disc cover. It has to be compressed. For compression, this tool is used. The top bowl with main sealing ring, the blue color main sealing ring. This slot should match with this locating pin. This slot.
Install the tool for lifting ball hood. Place the ball hood in place vertically with proper attention in mind, the term sealing associated with it.
Yes, got. Got. You can see. Now we are going to compress.
Use the tool for compression of disc stacks. Place a protective plate on the top of the distributor.
Here they go. This will go inside. This will go inside. Okay. Yes. This slot goes down. After compression, you can see the guide which I showed you earlier. This guide has come up. That means the disc stack is now fully in place with the top disc covered. So we are now ready to assemble the ball fully.
Put copper slip in threaded portion of the ball nut. Match both the threads by hand for a couple of turns. Put the tool required for locking the ball nut till the identification mark on it matches with the identification mark on the main cylinder.
Okay.
Fit the pilot valves back in place. Decompress the tool for compressing disc stacks. Not to forget to remove the protective shield if used at the time of installation. Place the bowl assembly in place with the help of its lifting tool lifted by a suitable engineering chamber. Bowl assembly should smoothly press the conical bush.
Conical driving bush.
All bush.
This is the locking nut for the vertical shaft. Now the bowl will become integral with the vertical shaft when we put the locking nut.
Put the locking nut in place with the help of tool provided. Very important, because one mistake in here can take life at the time of close observation while trying out for service. Remember, related RPM 8000 to 16000.
Centripetal pump for light liquid chamber.
Put the centrifugal impeller for the light liquid and light liquid chamber in place with the help of its locking device. Put back the gravity disc in place, change the packing, apply copper slip. Put back heavy liquid centrifugal impeller. Put back the heavy liquid chamber in place.
Heavy liquid is water, light liquid is oil.
Lock them together with this nut with the help of the locking tool provided. Place the bowl hood back in position. Ensure the proper shifting. Ensure the proper seating of it.
This is for sealing water, bound sealing water.
Lock the nut for bowl sealing water connection supply. Connect the sealing water connection. Put the connection for water detection system unit.
This is the orifice. You will find it in every purifier at inlet. Here you can see there is a chamfered edge, and in every orifice the inlet is marked.
In.
I'm trying to find it. Just a minute.
No, other side. The marking is long gone.
You know, this is an old shape, so marking is long gone. But always remember, the chamfered edge should face outside. The chamfered edge should face outside, like this.
Put back the old fist plate back in place. Connect the inlet and outlet connections.
Try it out and then keep it in service. First of all, we'll open the valves and set the lines. For both any purifier will require the heater, so actually we have to set the lines for the heater, the steam heating, and start the purifier. Before starting any purifier, we have to remember purifier outlet has to be somewhat open so as not to create any undue pressure. And the sludge tank, that valve, butterfly valve, we have to keep it open so that purifier, when it dislodges, any pressure on the sliding door will not occur. So we have already opened gear case oil for the vertical shaft. Oil level we have to check. Two levels marked on here you can see 1 and 2. It has to be in the high level when the purifier is running. There is the outlet valve. We are also using it to adjust the back pressure. So I kept it somewhat open. This is the sludge valve. They are kept open. Or I kept the steam meter on. Started the steam meeting. And just waiting for the purifier to pick up RPM. Unless the full RPM has been attained, this multi-monitor, it will show trouble indication, red indication in the right side towards my finger. Now green indication that indicates the RPM sensor is picking up some RPM and there is no trouble, that means it is a full RPM. You can even check the rotation of the drum from these slots and you can make out whether it is running at full RPM or not. It is better to keep the multi-monitor function off so that we get sufficient time for the purifier to stabilize and no alarms occur. And we just have to press auto start which will decide the opening and closing of the solenoid valve in sequence. Now as you can see, SV2 is the closing order. 2 valve is open. So the closing order is going to close the sliding valve against the main seal ring. And we'll have an enclosed space for the lube oil and sludge and cleaning water so that the purification process can occur. Now SV3 is known as the replacement order, and now SV1 which is the opening water or desludging water. In the start it will first give a desludging process, and then it will close the bowl, give some sealing water and open the feed. SV4 is the feed valve. As you can see, it is already bowl is closed and it is also giving cooling water. With this now we are ensured that the bowl now is completely closed and enough replacement water is available. Is the feed valve and lube oil is admitted into the separating disc for purification to occur. Now we are going to adjust the back pressure between 1 and 1.6, 1.7 depending upon our throughput and also the desired purification level. Now any purifier can be controlled by a bypass valve so that the oil from the supply pump comes to the heater and it can be directly bypassed to the system, or a part of it can be admitted into the purifier. So we have adjusted the feed to around 2000 liters per hour, and back pressure, second engine is being adjusting. Now it is 0.7 bar. It is always preferable to keep it low, the back pressure, keeping it low in the start and then slowly adjusting it to the desired value. खोलिए लीक दे देगा सर.
A low throughput will always ensure that your purification is at the best. But higher throughput sometimes you need because maybe you have to fill up the tank faster. But in case of lube oil purifier, a low throughput will be always helpful for maintaining the lube oil condition. So it's better you maintain the optimum throughput. Always the optimum throughput.
When it started, we have to ensure that no excess water is coming out, which will indicate that the solenoid valve stop is working perfectly fine and no valves are leaking. So all our parameters are normal and the purifier seems to be stabilized. I can start my multi-monitor function so that it will give an alarm in case of any problem and it will stop the feed to the purifier. In case of heavy oil purifier where we have hydrants function, you will find that on pressing this discharge button, you will get a partial discharge process in which the feed will be very slightly hampered, and if you press it twice, you will get the complete discharge process, discharging process, and you can see the entire sequence getting repeated. Whereas in case of lube oil purifier, pressing it only once will result in complete discharging process.